Are you one of those people who do not understand the reason for the lack of concentration and focus of the current generation? Are you one of those facing this problem and looking for direction on how to manage and fix it? If the answer is yes to either of these questions, then you have done the right thing by joining this session on how to manage your concentration and focus. We thank you for joining us tonight on this live session. You could have chosen to be anywhere, but you chose to be here, and for that we are glad and thank you. I am Grenville, your planning coach for all things business, and I am with Mr. P.T. Sundaram. Mr.
Welcome, sir.
Sundaram is a pioneer in NLP in India, an engineer turned psychologist, and one of the first married couples relationship mentors in India. His mission is to transform and empower 1 million couples and help them to have a healthy relationship. Good evening, Mr. Sundaram, and thank you for joining me today.
So, very good evening, sir. Thank you very much for giving the opportunity. Hi, all of you. Very happy to see all of you. Yes, sir. Welcome. Thank you once again for giving the opportunity.
Good. So, Mr. Sundaram, let's start with the $1 million question. The perception is that the current generation has a very short concentration span.
No.
Is that true? And if it's true, what is the reason?
Okay. Very good. Very. It is the topic of the hour, need of the hour. Okay. So, you also worked in organization. You have a multidimensional personality. So, what could be the reason for that? I'm asking you. What could be the reason for that?
I
A
think
layman angle.
yeah, to put it simply, I was just interested in developing myself and making a career for myself.
No, I'm asking why the concentration span is there. What could be one of the
Oh, you're asking me
reasons?
that question. Okay. I really believe that some of it is because of them being engaged with these electronic gadgets. At least that's what I've heard as well. That's what some people have told me. And I think overall, the patience level of the newer generation to learn has come down. I think everybody wants everything instant, like instant coffee, instant this, fast food, even knowledge they want instant. They don't want things packaged as long lessons. They want everything summarized, is my opinion. I'm just telling you what I
Yes,
feel
yes,
about
yes,
it.
yes. So can we summarize it? Can you call it distraction or you like to call some other thing?
Yes, I think distraction is the right word.
Most of them tell distraction, but my view and my experience something different. Having worked with this millennial generation, millennial or all the people who are born after 1985, and people who are well versed with Android uh, devices or digital devices, the millennial generation, they are not distracted.
Okay.
They are overstimulated.
Okay.
Okay. If you take a
Okay.
screenshot of any millennial, like we are also millennial, we are also in the digital age now. You're doing a coaching role, I am doing a coaching role. But if we take a screenshot of all the activities from the morning to evening, was from 9 a.m. to until I go, well, 6 a.m. to I go up to 11 p.m. Okay. If we take a screenshot of all activities, every third activity is a mobile activity.
Right.
Okay. Get up in the morning, go brush, okay, and do the instruction mobile. Then after every third screenshot will be a mobile generation. So as a result, what actually happens is it is like it is like you're having on screenshot, but beyond the screenshot, there is many other series of activities which are waiting to have its own priority list.
Okay.
Okay. But having their own, it's not a screenshot, it is a series of screenshot behind that. Horizontal screenshot, vertical screenshot.
Okay.
So the moment you are with this mobile, what you're trying to put more and more, push more and more, compete more and more. As a result, what happens, you see these people who are very overworking, and you see these people are lazy. You can call them lazy, hustling generation, less concentration span. As a result, what actually happens is narcissistic selfies every time talk about self at the cost of others. Well, they're getting now they're packing more and more they want. That is the reason they are stimulating themselves more than it is required. Okay, it is not a distraction. Distraction is something. Somebody I'm talking to you, some girl is saying hi, so I'm automatically getting distracted. It is not a third party is coming there.
Correct.
That is the point. I have kept a laptop here, I kept a mobile here. Every 40 seconds, so every 40, 50 seconds, what actually happens? I am forced to move to the mobile. Do you know why? Why I'm because there is something called dopamine. Dopamine is a chemical.
Okay.
Dopamine is a chemical, reward chemical. So by nature, we want certain rewards. So what happens every time you look at this? And what does that happen? Instant dopamine. Dopamine is nothing but a chocolate. We can say the chocolate. Instant reward. What is the instant reward? You check up your texted and whether the person is accepted or not, whether there is a like or not, whether the people, once a person hates, then your energy goes down. So you have a habit of having dopamine every 5 minutes to 3 minutes. So what actually happened? You are rewarded. This dopamine is equal to addiction.
Okay.
The dopamine everyone get natural every getting or drink cigarette, any bad habit. So those days about a drinker at the time. Whose approval is required? Parents' approval is required.
Correct.
So friends' approval is required.
True.
Are you getting the point? Friends' approval is required. No more parents or no more. As a result, and these people's concentration span is less. Everything is instant. Inna venu, mutton vedma, we get car vedma, girl vedma, okay, dating, everything is instant. They know only how they are the owner of the app, but they do not know how to prepare an app, how to manufacture an app.
Okay.
The instant gratification syndrome. As a result, what actually happens is they want instant gratification. They don't want any delayed gratification. That is the reason. See, I'm a joint family. Okay, I got this type of guys. My own brother's son is there. You ask him anything, like a mobile repair, you will do that, TV repair, you will do that. Ask him to upload a YouTube. He will not do that.
Okay.
Okay, the process work, they are reluctant.
Okay.
Okay, they want a instant application generation. அதனால என்ன கேட்டீங்கன்னா you are overstimulating yourself. You do not have time for taking a break for yourself. எப்போ நல்ல ஐடியா எப்போ சார் வரும் நமக்கு சொல்லுங்க. When will you get good ideas? You tell me. You might have experience. Where do you get most of good ideas?
Time to think. I mean, you get good ideas only when you are able to relax and think yourself.
Right. எங்க ரிலாக்ஸ் பண்ணுவீங்க? டாய்லெட்ல போய் உட்காரும்போது டக்குன்னு ஐடியா வரும்.
Absolutely.
இல்ல ஷவர் எடுக்கும்போது டக்குன்னு ஐடியா. There the freedom is there.
Agreed.
Okay, so if you look at the creativity cycle, no, idea preparation, then you got incubation period, then elimination period, then the analysis period. The incubation or freedom, an idea. Once you go to toilet, where happen you're very happy there, you're relaxed. Takkanu or idea on right. You go keep on busy with the email. Frame first sentence, no, he's having a good sentence. You're a piece of film or fill. So a lot of jams are coming, breaks are coming. Then what is Seripa? Go out, you have a tea shop, ton idea over there. Yeah, there is freedom is there. A watertight compartment by the one, you're keeping all your screenshot with mobile app. Therefore, what actually happens? You will not have mind to have what is actually concentration. Concentration is living in the present. Isn't it? If you define concentration or focus, living in the present. In the present, either I am carrying what my email or I'm talking about the future. Either I'm living in the past or I'm living in the future. So where is the time for me to have that freedom of the thought? அதனால தான் வந்து instant generation is suffering because of this. Many reasons of it. Number one reason is parenting. என்ன பண்ணுவோம் கேட்டீங்கன்னா, you can ask me any question. I will stop because otherwise I'll be just flowing it out.
Oh, no, it's just fine. I'm just listening. It's very interesting what you're saying, so that's why I'm not stopping you.
இல்ல இப்போ பேரண்டிங் என்னன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பேட் பேரண்டிங். சரிங்களா? என்னன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, எங்க அப்பா வளர்த்த முறை வேற, உங்க அப்பா வளர்த்த முறை வேற. இப்போ என்னன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, பேரண்டிங்ல என்னன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, யூ ஆர் த நம்பர் ஒன் காய். யூ கேன் கெட் எனிதிங் இன் திஸ் வேர்ல்ட். See, when I was being parented, when I was becoming matured or whatever it is, I had only two role models: either Shivaji Ganeshan or I had MGR, or I had Dilip Kumar and Raj Kapoor. I learned all good from bad. I did not have any other source to learn. But whereas this girl have everything in the app. He has got a chance of not spoiling the hour, chance of spoiling the life.
Correct. Okay, just to ask another question. So Do you think that if they remove social media or remove electronic media from their lives, do you think that would make it better? Is that the main sole cause? Is that they are so engaged with the virtual reality, they're not really in the present? I That's the crux of what I get talking to you, right? Is that they're not engaging into the current situation, are living in a virtual situation that is either in the future or in the past, is something like what I understood from what you told me. Am I right?
No, stimulation, they overstimulating themselves. If they
Okay.
can minimize the stimulation, இப்போ என்ன கேட்டா வெள்ளம் வந்துருச்சு சார். When the flood is coming, I cannot go against the flood. I have to make a boat, I have to solve it. See, this is something
Correct.
which is theoretically good. Okay, அதை ஸ்டாப் பண்ணா theoretically, this is not there. See, please understand. இங்க என்ன கேட்டீங்கன்னா, there are people within the same framework, they have found the solutions இல்லைங்களா?
Mm-hmm.
See, you can see, I'm not telling all Android generation is bad. There are people who find the solutions. If you look at the secret of that, many of my clients will come to me when you say modeling. Modeling is find out the person who is best in that group and learn from him. Okay,
Correct.
these people are not stimulating themselves. If you can minimize your screen time, okay, 1 hour, 2 hour, it depends. It is not easy. ஒருத்தர் எவ்வளவு கொடுக்க முடியாது. Okay, screen time நீங்க ஒரு வாட்டி எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க. ஒரு 1 hour என்ன பண்ணுவேன்? I'll talk to my parent, I'll talk to my clients. அவ்வளவுதான். Okay, anyhow, they will call me back. So what actually happens is you got time for other areas where you will be automatically that cycle, larva pupa cycle of every idea will start taking its own process. Because that is one method of one is minimizing itself. That is because you are the owner. See, me and mobile. Okay, see, I have to be alive, isn't it? Then what I have to control, I control the mobile. புரியுதுங்களா? இப்போ மொபைல் இருக்கிறனால என்ன கேட்டிங்கன்னா, as a result, what happening is these people are not looking into the eyes of other persons. ஒரு ஆஃபீஸ்லேயே நீங்கள் பாருங்களேன், மொபைல் வச்சுக்கிட்டு என்ன பண்ணுவோம் நம்ம? மொபைலை பண்ணிக்கிட்டு எப்பா அப்பா இப்படி கிரீன்ல எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் போயிட்டு வந்துட்டீங்களா? என்ன நடந்தா? See, whether I am only fulfilling a ritual or somebody has sent me to checklist. My wife has sent, oh, Grenville has come. You just say hello. So she is worried about more my relationship. என்ன உங்களுக்கு நடுவில் என்ன இருக்கு? இது இருக்கு.
Mobile. No, but I have a question.
One second.
Oh, sorry. Please go ahead.
இதை எடுத்துறேன் சார். சார் எப்படி சார் இருக்கீங்க? நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா? ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் போயிருந்தீங்களாம்ல? எனக்கு ஃபோன் பண்ண கேட்டேன். How do you feel that when I look at you?
Yeah, definitely more engaged. Yeah.
புரியுதுங்களா? இந்த ஸ்கில் இல்லைங்க. இந்த ஸ்கில் இல்லை. இந்த ஸ்கில் இல்லாதனால தான் அவங்களுக்கு they do not know, and this is a skill which is required in an organization. You are a HR person, you hire many people.
Absolutely.
And people who come from campus, they have got full of information that they are the number one person in the world and closed ears. The biggest problem whenever I recruit my trainees from MBA or whether IIT and getting listening is very, very poor.
True.
Yeah,
that actually, sorry, I was just trying to make a point to what you were saying. In my family, I'm taking an example. Okay, as you said, there's an overdose of electronic media. Okay, when I came, I've been abroad and I came back last year back to India and settled down with the family. I found that even while having our food, okay, each of us will be with a mobile device. Okay, we'll be either on WhatsApp or watching a video or whatever. That time of 10-15 minutes you spend having a meal was no engagement within the family. So I've set rules now. No telephones downstairs. My kids have bedrooms built upstairs. So when they come down, they cannot bring their mobile down. I told my wife, the time we sit down for dinner is like half an hour total disengagement. Even if we don't say a word, we will sit down and look at each other's faces and eat. But we will do exactly that. Honestly, the quality of engagement has improved. Okay. The way that they respond to us also has improved. I mean, I'm saying overall improvement, not just during that eating time, generally also. That the looking into somebody's, as you said, looking into somebody's eyes and speaking is now become like an art. It's no more a skill. People are feeling that, oh, their people have inhibitions to talk to other people. People are becoming more introverted because of the same. Because my own children I've seen are very extroverted. They go and talk to anybody, anywhere. And I realized that is because of the time we've had them engaged in competitions and speaking competitions and stuff, which today is non-existent, honestly. I mean, how many times have you heard people are going and having oratory competition and they're more watching somebody talking on YouTube? And that is the gospel truth to them now. So I totally engage with what you say, that this is something that we'll have to move them to getting more interpersonal, as we say, even on the electronic media. I've been doing coaching for the last almost a year now. What I used to do when I used to do person to person was so engaging than today. To keep people's engagement span even for the 15-20 minutes is so difficult, because I know I have to tell them, please type yes in the chat box, please type this specific word, just to make sure they are engaged, even in a webinar where they've paid for and come and join. So absolutely engage with your thought of what point. I was just trying to reinforce the point you were saying, just not only with the young generation, but even overall, I mean, overall, all of us. That is definitely diminished a lot. Please go ahead.
நீங்க சொல்லும்போது எனக்கு one breakthrough I did in the society. I did I'm into marriage counseling, you know that.
Yes.
But a decade ago, I did this program of John Gray's program, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. So I was going and sharing with my training group, and called my general manager. He told, whatever you want to do, you do. I told you my organization gives a lot of freedom. Okay. Then I was doing it. I want to do something different and all those things. I started talking about it. Every month, some husband-wife classes. Because it's the duty of the organization to do the relationship. Organization interest only the technical side of the person, extracting the work. See. And I told my mission, yes, we should do that. They supported. One person asked me, sir, you're talking so much about why you're talking about so much mothers. Ninga enna pannீங்க? No, I gave some answer, but that was really a very, very powerful question he asked me. I went into introspection mode. Then I told, now I live with my 5 brothers here. So at that time I was in Hyderabad. I called this my brothers and told me, we will do something for our wives, right? He asked me a very good question. We should talk from experience. Then we chatted out. Then I told, why can't you make on Wife's Day?
Wife's Day.
Okay. Wife Day.
Okay.
One day dedicated for the wife.
Okay.
Okay. Very stimulating. And then I got the basic. I went through a lot of filters. Then the basic guideline. Number 1 is no laptop, no mobile.
Okay.
Okay. One day with your wife, no laptop, with your wife or your children. Number 1. And number 1, laptop, mobile. There will be no electronic gadgets. Number 2, away 50 kilometers away from your house.
Okay.
Once again, somehow we will have our own silence. Urgent. Madam will also say, urgent. So we went there. At that time, I remember that in 2015, I started. Then after that, to spend around 1 day where we're talking about our wives, what they did and how they helped. Then all my children joined. Okay. They also started doing it, and they also saw that something like a Wives Day, and I made a T-shirt, Wives Day T-shirt, and all those things. I gave it to all the people. Then some games, because I was a trainer, I put some games, and a lot of clarification was there. Why actually live? So, some games are there, and then every year we are doing it. Now also I'm every year that I'm afterwards emotional. And my mother-in-law would birthday. She's no more. That we made it as a Wives Day. And now afterwards I started introducing the same Wives Day to my mentees. They have to do that. And this is where a lot of wives paradigm changes, because nobody has thanked them. As a mother, we are not thanked them. As a wife, we are not thanked them. This is only a demonstrating to your wife, yes, I'm available for 1 day. It's only you and you. That is the greatest satisfaction for them. Now, point is, when I last month, 2 months before, in March, then my grandson, the third generation also were involved. Then I asked them, what did you learn? They started telling so many things which I never thought that they were picking up from us. So when you're getting now, you have to do and demonstrate rather than
preach.
Talking about it.
True. Oh, this comes to another point which I should tell you a story in my many years back. I mean, we always have been told that work is God, right? We've always given priority to work, and we'll sacrifice our personal life for work. And as a habit, my wife will try to be in touch with me. I will not answer multiple calls. Sometimes I'll go back home and then realize she has called me 4 or 5 times in the day. I met a European who turned out to be my boss. He had come down to take over our role, and he showed me an example that changed my life.
Okay.
He's sitting in the middle of a meeting with the top management. He was a director of the company. So we are sitting in a boardroom meeting with the partners. his phone is buzzing. It's not on ringing mode, it's on buzzing mode. Excuse me for 2 minutes and சொல்லிட்டு வெளியே போயிட்டு வந்தார். எல்லாரும் we are waiting because he was talking. He was the one doing the discussion at that time. Excuse கேட்டு he went out and came back and then he continued talking. Then after maybe 15 minutes, again he got another call, again he went out and came back. And finally the MD of the company got upset. He says, I mean, seriously, put your phone off. You're in the middle of a board meeting. He said, I cannot put my phone off. My son is ill. My wife is in the hospital. That is more important than this board meeting. If it cannot wait, you'll have to excuse me. I'll come back tomorrow. I was really shocked. I mean, I'm sitting in a board meeting where that is like the sacrosanct, like the temple of the higher learning. Mari, வாயை திறக்க மாட்டோம் சொல்றது ஆமாசாமி சொல்ற பழக்கமா வச்சுட்டு I was really zapped. And I came out and I sat and I said, you are a strange person. And these are the words he told me. He said, this company, if not this sales director, they will have another sales director. If not the regional manager, they will have another regional manager tomorrow. But when you are ill, when you are lying down in bed and can't help yourself, the only people that will come and stand with you are your family and your children.
Yeah.
And for me, they are my number one priority. I promise you, from that day till today, if I get a call and it's my wife, even now in the middle of this live, my wife calls me, I will pick it up. Not because he did it, it's because it touched me so much that is the right approach we need to take with our families. Is that we really need to believe that they are the ones, as we want to be treated, we should treat them also. Because unless we don't think they're important, they will not treat us as important too. So very valuable what you said. I mean, these small things we don't realize is important in a relationship. It's how we treat people.
What you're telling is correct. I will give another example. So now I do couples counseling the first 5 years of married life, because that is where the cracks are happening in the society. They get adjusted. So you ask me what after 5 years? 5 years they get adjusted.
Sure.
One couple, they both are very well known in the city, and they came with sort of differences. Then what every couple has to do, see, my philosophy is very simple. I select my clients. Every person comes to me, I will not take them, because the input is correct, output will be correct. If the input is wrong, so I believe in one strong value is, what I cannot measure, I cannot improve. Correct. So I told them, number one, every session you have to do homework. Sir, we are willing to do that. We are getting separated. They are getting separated. But we like to continue the help for our children. They are getting separated. So we do not know why we are having differences. Officially, we are good. They are a partner, but personally, they cannot go together. Then I introduce them to every couple. I give them a we meeting. You can see this. Okay. We meet diary. This is called a we meet diary. Every couple who comes to me, come with the we meet. Enna homework panninga net. They have to come with. My assistant will tell the clinic, "Sir, konandingala, illana poi konduvaanga. Sir will not allow you." Okay. Then afterwards, I tell them, it is not that all possible problems will be solved. You have to make an agenda, and husband will talk to wife daily, weekly, 2-3 problems to be solved. Other than getting it, if you look at that, something cannot be resolved. Okay, they come back to me. Then it's in the march. One case I'll tell you, sir, I don't like her behavior. I don't like her behavior. I don't like this person. Okay, I told them, do the role play, because in trainers we know what is the role play. I told her, it was my colleague. I told her to sleep. Sir, காலையில நான் வந்து பேசினா ஒரு மொபைல் பேசிக்கிட்டு இருக்காரு சார். So I told her to replay the same scene. So he also went into. Luckily, mobile call was there. Okay. Then she talked this one. I went out, okay, over. Then, okay, ma, how much mark you will give for sir for listening to you? 3/10, sir. Okay. Are you enna 3/10? Amma sir, 3/10. Kelunga. She started questioning. Na enna sonne solunga. Okay. Even that comprehension question you are not able to answer. Then, Sarima, you're right. I felt it very good, you know. Then, okay, our enna panna ni 10/10 mark kudupa. Or mobile kelukku solunga. Okay, keep the mobile, then let me leave it. Then the same thing happened. Then she told, I will give 7/10. Then I asked, okay, sir, ungalku enna venum? Sir, in amma elincha early in the morning, no, she will keep all the hair so loose. I feel as if the devil is coming to me. I don't like that. I want it should be tied like that. Okay, ma, sari padthikudunga, start do that. Then she tied. Oh, you want like this? I didn't start doing. No, not like this, like this. Okay. As if that on the Savitri and all those things. Because he said, when you put like this is like a mother coming to me. I love my
Okay.
mother's way of saying it. So
Okay.
there is a specific key, please understand, there is a specification for your satisfaction. புரியுதுங்களா? So what is life? Life is nothing but meeting each other's need to 10 by 10.
Correct.
If you look at the separation, now small things. Because of the electronic edges come, bosses come, they dare not allow their mind to introspect, wonder, and talk to each other.
Correct.
புரியுதுங்களா? The whole relationship is, can you allow your mind to wander and introspect? What you cannot introspect, you cannot develop. எது அளக்க முடியாது, வளர்க்கவே முடியாது. What I cannot diagnose, I cannot prescribe.
True.
So ultimately, பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இங்க introspection stimulation என்னங்க? Point packing, hustling. You had to become a anti-hustler. And one lady came to me. She is from IT department. அவங்க வந்து she is very much ஒரு burnt out syndrome அப்படிங்களா? Burnt out syndrome எப்படின்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா, after 5 or 10 years, almost same rut. They know what is going to happen, and they press the button. They will know what will happen 10 feet ahead. There's no live, no love, no emotional connect. Working like a yandram, working like a this one. They lock themselves. They take a relaxation. They go and lock themselves in the room. And she was telling me, it is like this. What should I do? Then in the process, what actually happening is that she's doing some work. I do not know, something connected with some sort of criminal records. She's doing some
Okay.
criminal records. Adu mind la hunt agudu. That is what is hunting. Then I told that you have to unwind. The problem is you have to unwind. Unwind எப்படி அப்படின்னு பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருக்கும்போது, I told, what is the best way of unwinding? She told, my mother used to do like this. What is that one you like? I told, list down whatever way you want to unwind. I want an activity. கடைசியில் ஒன்று என்ன கேட்டிங்கன்னா, embroidery. Okay, so the embroidery, that what is the old my grand sister. Then I told her the same thing. சரிம்மா நீங்க போய் இது மாதிரி ஏதாவது பண்ணுங்க அப்படின்னு. What she found out, she went and all those things she told. Afterwards, she says, I got another activity. What is that? In chalk piece, I used to cut the carving.
Engraving, okay.
She told, I will go for because ultimately, the result has to come. They cannot go for something outside the house within the limitation they have to do. So ultimately, we boiled into one exercise. She told, sir, I'm good at carving this. Very much chalk piece because so it not stop her work also. Since she started putting good carving of this, other relaxation. I mean, in the hustle, we don't allow the creative side of your mind to work.
Correct.
Then once she started putting she used to make some cross, she used to make some artwork and some church on that, some cross on that. Okay. Upon she said, I'm getting so much of unwind. Even if I do some 10 meditation, I will not get that happiness. Within 3 days, she was out.
Excellent.
Concentration, because you're filling all the logical stuffs in it.
Correct.
And you don't appreciate the process of that.
Right.
The packing, jamming, then, sir.
True.
Excellent.
So, I see we've done half an hour. So I think we agreed that we'll take this to next stage in our following Facebook Live, where we will look at how do we fix this, right? We'll focus more on we'll look at more the causation and why is this happening this time. I think next time we'll focus on how can they handle it, maybe simple guidelines, as you said, how people would handle this and solve these problems and bring back that ability to concentrate and to keep their focus in. Are you okay with that? We'll do this next week.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm okay. But I also request if our readers who are listening actively now or passively, let them put them the questions, what the questions they want.
Agreed.
So that we can also have a look at what they are thinking. So we are assuming that we can proceed like this. That also plan B, we can have it.
Fair
whatever
enough.
their requirement.
Yeah.
Okay?
Agreed.
So we can make an announcement of that so that the questions come, we can take up and we can answer. Otherwise, we can proceed with our agenda.
True. No, I said, I mean, whoever is listening to this video right now and also who would see the recording, please leave your comments on our posting and we would take that into consideration when we fix the agenda for the next meeting. The goal of this meeting is to be more interactive. Right now, since we're just starting this whole series, we want to just start with a point of reference. And this was the starting point which we felt was more critical to the society today. And we will take this on and see how we can apply our principles to our personal life and also to our business, so that we can use these to make both our personal life better and also bring value to our organizations. That is the goal. So thank you, Mr. Sundaram. I thank you for your time. I know you're a
Thank
very
you, sir.
busy person. We'll catch up offline, of course, before next week, but
What do you
we'll
tell
be
you?
back next week with the same group of people, and we'll share our views and thoughts as well. Thank you so much and
And
have a good evening.
thanks a lot. நல்ல கான்செப்ட் நீங்க நல்ல கான்செப்ட் பிடிச்சிருக்கீங்க. That's very appreciate that. After
So,
meeting
my,
immediately, you worked on that, and the pulse of the need of society is this, focusing on rewinding themselves, and this one. Very good. Thank you very much,
so
sir. Thanks
thank
a
you,
lot.
Mr. Sundaram.
And I
Have a good day.
and
Take care.
I also thank all the audience who are participating or would be participating. You can ask a lot of questions there, so it will make us think.
True, true.
Not that we know all the answers. Maybe you can also give an answer from that. We can learn from you.
Please, I totally agree with Mr. Sundaram. Please add your thoughts and your views. I mean, there is no right or wrong answer. We all have our perspective of what we do think our own way. That would also instigate us to think. We do have experience and knowledge from life, what has taught us, and also from our trainings. But as Mr. Sundaram said, I think the important part is to have a dialogue which would instigate our thinking as well and also bring value to all the listeners and viewers of these FB lives that we do. So take care and have a good evening.